champions again, Liverpool.
I knew he was going to do this as soon as we go live. I hate you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. And welcome to our match reaction to Liverpool's 3-1 victory over West Ham United. It's nice winning back-to-back games for once in 2021, and of course, there's a bit talking points away from the game that we will talk about at the start of the video. So if you guys are here for that or any updates, then we will talk about, of course, the news that Liverpool have agreed a fee with Preston over the English international Ben Davies, not to be mistaken with the Welsh international. Ben Davies, of course, plays for Tottenham, which are currently losing against Brighton. They are bottle jobs. Let's move on. But yeah, hopefully all of you are having a fantastic day, of course. And I say hi to a few of you guys. Chris is in saying, hi lads, I hope you're well, having a fantastic day, mate. Liverpool won, so you can't go wrong. But Chris also says, have you not got your headset, Doug? Question mark.
Earbuds, mate.
He's got them in. He's got them in. Gary's in as well. Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. Says 3 points. Great goal by Salah. Yes, we will talk about Mo Salah's performance in today's video anyway. But let's move on quickly then to, of course, the breaking news tonight. Of course, I think all of us has been praying and wishing and hoping for a centre-back, and now it does look like Liverpool are going to be signing a centre-back, of course. As you can see on screen right now anyway, James Pearce did confirm that Liverpool have agreed a £2 million fee with Preston for Ben Davies. Said Van der Berg going the other way on loan, which is very, very interesting because, of course, we're signing an England international, which means, of course, we follow those homegrown talent rules or however it works out in that, and we free up an international space in the group, which could potentially mean we could be getting someone else in this window. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. Doug, I know that I know that all of us aren't going to be like, oh yeah, I've watched Ben Davies for all season. I know all about him, and all like this. But how's your reaction to all the news that we're finally getting a centre back, and it looks to be for an absolute steal as well.
Yeah. First of all, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone has had a brilliant day. Obviously, of the the win today. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Get somebody in quickly. I mean, for the money they were getting him for, was it $2 million? I mean, Michael Edwards has just done it again. The guy's an absolute genius. So, yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. I think there is the key to potentially get somebody else in as well. But you never know. I'm going to be honest, never seen him play, but Chris has said that apparently he's very, very good in the Championship. So, because he lives in Cumbria, and he'll have obviously been watching the Championship, and I think it's a sensible move. He's only 25 as well. He's still very, very young. So the fact that they've got him ahead of Celtic makes it even better, and it just makes their season 8 even more shitter.
Yeah, because of course they are having an absolute shitter right now. I know that I know Anthony Bayer said on Twitter that Leicester were very interested in him before giving up on him. So I don't know whether or not, if of course he had obviously said to Leicester, okay, I'll go up to Celtic, but obviously if the Premier League champions come calling, then I think that changes many people's minds anyway. But as far as we do know, if I can quickly get up his stats on screen right now. There's so much to actually digest tonight. I've got too many tabs open on my computer. Anyway, but if we make that big screen for you guys, of course, Doug did mention he is 25 years old. Of course, where's the number 6? Left-footed as well, which we don't have many left-footers. Especially centre backs at the club, so that's a new thing as well. Of course, you can see his Heat map, but they of course plays left-sided centre back. Normally, where Virgil van Dijk plays, But sadly, of course, we all know about the sad injuries about Virgil. But yeah, as you can see on the left-hand side, just filled with, I would say, pretty much solid performances. We've got 6.9, 7, 6.9, 7.3, 7.3, 7.5, and that, when we had a look through, or when I had a look through, before we went live earlier on, that was the main consistency. It was, I think he didn't have a game below, I think it was 6.5 all season, I think. So, he's one of the most consistent, people in the league for sure, which is very, very, promising thing, because I think that's what Liverpool need straight away is consistency, and whether or not Ben Davies will come straight in against maybe a Brighton, maybe at Anfield, or even a Manchester City, of course, next Sunday. That will be, telling, of course. But now maybe that might open the options towards a Fabinho going back into midfield. Maybe it might be a Nat Phillips and Ben Davies partnership, starting up. Who knows? That's the simplicity of it. Anyway, but guys, let us know your thoughts. Are you excited for Ben Davies? And do you think as well we will see another signing before the window does close? Because like we did say, there is the potential of an international player coming in. I believe, Doug, you had some news on Adrian as well.
Yeah, I've heard that apparently tonight he said his goodbyes to the players. So I don't know. Look ahead for that one. I think maybe some deal might be agreed. For me, I think he's going back to Spain anyway. I can't see anybody in the Premier League wanting him, and I can't see anybody in the Championship wanting him. So I think he's probably going to go back to Spain.
Well, Real Betis was interested in him, wasn't they? I think back in the summer. So
yeah,
it will be interesting. And again, if he was to leave, it would be another space opened up. Then really, to be fair, well, Chris is in, says brilliant win for us. A very tough place to play, and we got our mojo back. We are now 1 point behind this season, so called Premier League champions Brighton next again. Must win. Yeah, every game now is a must win. I don't think there is a game now where we can go, we'll take a draw. No, we need to win every single game from now on. Seamus saying good evening, everyone. Great win today. Absolutely fantastic win today, as always. Chris says, at least it's not Mustafi.
Phew.
God, if we had signed Mustafi, I do think it would be the end of Liverpool Football Club. Like, I don't want Mustafi. Try it. That could actually still be the case. We could end up signing Mustafi on a free. How depressing. Johnson says, great and good people up the Reds to you as well, John. He also says a £2 million fee reported agreed for Preston defender Ben Davies. Just happy to get much needed centre back. Also, a reminder that we got Rob over from Hull City for £8 million. Yes, that is very, very true. And like we talked about yesterday on the match preview show, technically a free because it was Kevin Stewart, and I think we sold Kevin Stewart for 8.25 million. So we actually gained profit off of it. So I'll take that any day. He also says, I also hope that Nat Phillips gets the much needed contract he deserves. After all, he has got 6 months left on his contract. Yes, I think he may actually stay. Now I know that many people have said that Jurgen with this signing may, let his contract expire. I personally don't think that. I think Nat Phillips now has deserved a contract at Liverpool. The last, performance, like the performance today for me, I thought apart from Mo Salah, Nat Phillips was man of the match, in my opinion, especially that first half. Anyway, Doug, how did you see the first half, and how did you see Nat Phillips' performance?
I mean, that's 2 games against West Ham now, and he's been probably man of the match in both games. He was absolutely fantastic, solid as a rock as well. He dealt very well with Antonio today. I think that's the one thing you can say. I think it says it all when Antonio gets subbed off in the second half, because he knows that Phillips and Henderson did really well against him today. But yeah, for me, Nat Phillips deserves a new contract. Absolutely. I think he hasn't put a foot wrong since he came into the side. And yeah, that's 2 games against West Ham. He's been man of the match, and so why not? I mean, I would give him a new contract, and he's solid as anything. He's proven to be a very good replacement for Matip at the moment.
Well, I know that many people have said they think Matip should maybe be sold in the summer because of the injuries that he's occurring all the time. I think when Matip is fit, I think he's one of the best centre backs in the league. But again, it is when is he fit? And
when he's fit, yeah.
He's never fit, as we can tell this season anyway. But I would give him another contract because look, next season could be exactly the same as this season. We could be struggling for defenders yet again this time next year, and Nat Phillips could be the solution yet again. So for me, I think he's a perfect backup. As we've seen, last season he came back off loan to play against Everton and was really good. This season, like Doug said, you got the 2 games against West Ham. The second half against Spurs, thought he was really, really solid. Yeah. So, he is just a solid, well-rounded defender, and I think he definitely deserves a contract, in my opinion anyway. What else do we have? Seema says, never seen him play either, but 2 million looks good deal. It does look like a very good deal, to be fair as well. And also as well, it's good that the likes of Seb Vandenberg gets to go out now into the Championship and actually will be playing first team football, because we expect him to be able to play first team football anyway in the Championship, of course. But John says, what's your take? Instead of buying another defender and buy a marquee centre-back in form of Upamecano, we bring back Marco Grujic from loan at FC Porto and play him at centre-back since he's tall and defensive-minded. I don't think that will happen. I think that would probably spoil his progression at the minute, because I believe he's one of Porto's best players at the moment, as far as, looking at things. But yeah, I personally don't think Grujic should come back. For me, I would, if it's possible, maybe get another defender in on loan for 6 months. Maybe a Eder Militao. That rumor's been mentioned. Apparently £2 million fee for the loan of Eder Militao. So I would personally do that, because then, of course, in 6 months' time, we'll have Virgil back, we'll have Joey Gomez back, Matip will be back, fingers crossed. And then, of course, we'll have Ben Davis as well. And then maybe in the summer, then we may look then towards an Upamecano or, a defender that, we were going to go for anyway. So, for me, I would personally do that anyway. Doug, would you agree with that?
100%. Grujic is doing well at Porto, and I think they've got a big Champions League tie. The like of me, I can't remember who they've got, but they do have a big tie. So I think, I don't think it'd be good to bring Grujic back from his progression, as you say, at FC Porto. By the way, guys, Spurs have just lost 1-0 to Brighton. So that's just the icing on the cake. Manchester United dropping points, Leicester losing, us winning, Spurs losing, Everton losing as well.
Yeah, that's true. I noticed one thing. I remember when we lost. I can't remember who we lost to or drawn against, and all Leicester fans were in my chat. Where are you now, Leicester fans?
Was that the Burnley game?
I think it might have been the Burnley game. I don't know. We've played so terrible over the last month, and that I can't even remember what game it was. But there was Leicester fans in the chat. But where are you now? Callum's in saying, "Yo, hopefully having a fantastic day." Cal, Liz is in as well saying, "Hi lads, hopefully having a fantastic day." Liz. John says, "Your thoughts on Wijnaldum's contract? Will he be given the right contract he deserves? Matip, Keita, Ox, always injured but earn more than him. Genie always fit and available." If you're a long subscriber to this channel, you know my thoughts and opinions. Get him the contract, get him to sign it. Do not let him go to Barcelona, because Gini Wijnaldum is worth a crap ton of money towards us, because he is so valuable towards this Liverpool side. Today proved that yet again, playing in that 6th role, with protecting the likes of Nat Phillips and Jordan Henderson. And like you said, he's very, very versatile, and I just don't want Gini Wijnaldum to leave. Please, Liverpool, even if you got to force him down, just apparently it's something to do with money or the amount of contract, the durability of it, and who cares? Just come together, figure it out, just sign the goddamn contract, Liverpool and Gini,
Exactly.
please. Doug, do you want Gini to stay? Or do you want him to go?
100%. First of all, very congratulations to him on his 200th Premier League appearance this evening, and a goal to add to that as well. He was magnificent again today. He is so important to our midfield. So get that contract signed. Get the contract right in front of him. Get a pen to his hand. He will sign the deal. Give him anything he wants.
Yeah. I just want Gini to stay so much. But yeah, let's get talking about today's game then. Of course, the starting 11 did come out. One big absentee in Sadio Mane. Apparently, he did pick up a knock during the Tottenham game, which, fingers crossed, he'll be back for Brighton, which I think Jurgen was pretty confident about. So nothing really to worry about there. But, it was great to see, the likes of Shaqiri starting. Of course, Bobby Firmino was put on the bench for the game. So, Divock Origi and Shaqiri was up front with Mohamed Salah. Of course, Thiago in the midfield yet again with James Milner and Gini Wijnaldum. And Doug, I know we've criticised Gini Wijnaldum a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but he was good today for some reason. He turned up.
He was fantastic. He was fantastic the other night as well. I think there was only one player that really annoyed me today, and that was Origi. Anytime he had the ball, he was either running at players or he had the one pass to make to Salah, to Shaqiri, to Thiago, but he goes for goal. There was a couple of incidents as well. He went for goal, so he was really annoying me today. And the guy doesn't run anymore. I don't know what it is with Origi, but guy doesn't run anymore. He just seems to, jog a little bit. But he nearly did score, bless him. But I think the sooner he goes out of Liverpool, the better. I just think he needs a move.
Very, very interesting. I know that Shaqiri, there was a period for me where Shaqiri annoyed me a little bit. I think there was one chance in the first half where I think he could have made a simple ball. I think it was to Mo, and he didn't. And I was like, there's going to be another one of these games where we just make stupid passes again and just keep on overworking it. And I think that was what Liverpool's biggest problem was in the first half. We were trying to overcomplicate things and trying to trying to work trying to do proper Barcelona style tiki-taka by playing the ball around and try and work the space, and it just didn't work, quite frankly. And then, to be fair, it all changed in the second half. I think as soon as Liverpool came out in that second half, we could tell that we were up for it. And I think that's what's been missing from Liverpool from last season to this season, is the fact that, okay, we could play bad in the first half, but then we can just switch it up in an instant. And Mo Salah's first goal, it was just classic Mo Salah, wasn't it? Just cutting on the inside, on his left foot, top corner. Fabianski had no chance, did he?
No, it was fantastic goal. But the credit has to go to Mr. Klopp. He brings on Curtis Jones, and the first thing he does is the assist. I mean, the one thing I can say is that Milner didn't look too pleased going off. But see when Curtis Jones played it straight to Salah and Salah scores, I just love that moment with Klopp and Milner. It's a fantastic goal for Salah. And I think the one thing you can say though about, and if it's a West Ham point of view, defending for that goal was really poor. Cresswell allows Salah to go into the box, mazy wee run. Dawson doesn't quite cover him, and Bonner as well. But the one thing you don't do is let Mo Salah onto his foot. I would say he's probably the best left-footed player in the Premier League.
I think he's the best player in the Premier League. I'm just going to shout that out there, because for Liverpool having such a goal drought, and for him to still be the top goal scorer in the Premier League just shows like how much he is a credit to this Liverpool side. And for me, he is the firm favourite now to win the Golden Boot. I know last year
Four-season wonder.
Well, he could be a 6-season wonder. People would still think he's crap. Like if people still think this, then you can't win those people over realistically. And I think, to be fair, we'll move on quickly towards the second goal for Liverpool, which was probably the best counter attack I've seen probably since Burnley away, probably 2 years ago, where it was the opposite, where Salah set up Shaqiri and Shaqiri scored the third goal in that game in particular. But today it was the Rolls reverse. Anyway, but it was Shaqiri towards Salah, and just all of it was silky. It was just silky, smooth football at its best. And Doug, what a counter attack it was, wasn't it?
Oh, that's just fantastic. I mean, it comes from a West Ham corner. It's headed out by Phillips, goes straight to Henderson. He plays in Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you just see Shaqiri on the left-hand side of the attack. And then I was willing to run, but I tell you something, the first touch of Shaqiri was absolutely fantastic. And the touch from Salah on his right foot to then his left foot, it's a fantastic finish. And now that's what Salah scored more goals. Then get this, Dennis Bergkamp, who got 87. Luis Suarez, who got 83. Cristiano Ronaldo, who got 86.
Salah's better than Ronaldo, confirmed. If we listen to us. But yeah, of course, this was the moment where Mo put down Fabianski. Anyway, I thought...
He looks very happy.
Yeah, he does. Like, the last couple of games, he has looked really, really happy. Which I don't know whether or not, obviously the rumours of him leaving Liverpool were like bumping up, to go into Madrid and Barcelona and things, I guess. And now that it kind of got, and Jurgen said, like, look, he's not going anywhere. We fully, still have plans for Mo to stay here for years to come. And ever since I think Jurgen said that, Mo's performances have started to, bulk up. And, if he continues on this form, then Liverpool, I think, are going to be in a very good position because, we've had the little drought now in the sense of, of course, losing a couple and drawing a couple. But, if Mo can keep up this form, then I do think that Liverpool are in safe hands anyway for goals, of course, anyway. But Seema says, Nat Phillips for me should be a starter until Van Dijk and Gomez come back from injury. There was one little rumour coming out yesterday about Virgil potentially being back by April. So, because apparently, exactly, that's the thing that I was just about to say. It's going to be a telling thing because we didn't rush back Ox at all throughout his therapy. And I think we're going to do the same with Virgil. But the rumour is at the minute that his knee wasn't as badly injured and badly damaged as we first thought it was. So April is the earliest that he could come back. Doesn't say that he's going to, but there's the hope there that he can play again this season. Which, if it's one game he can play for, then happy days. But
Klopp said Gomez was quite close as well.
Yeah, he did say Gomez was very, very close. So could we have both of them back before the end of the season? Maybe, but I don't think so.
I wouldn't rush this is the thing we have to be careful with. I wouldn't rush Virgil back. I wouldn't rush Gomez back. I wouldn't even rush Keita back. I wouldn't even rush Jota back either. I think they're doing it very, very well and just easing them sort of back in. But no, I thought Mo Salah now scored, I think it's 20 plus goals in 4 consecutive seasons for Liverpool, and he is on course to potentially match the 44 he got in his first season.
Yeah, well, he's I think he's honestly on course, isn't he? I think he's on the same amount of goals now than he was back then in that season. So I wouldn't mind another 44-goal season for Mo Salah.
I wouldn't either.
Anyway, Liz says this year is wild with wins and losses. The Premier League is mad at the moment. What are we now? We're 1 point away from Manchester United. We are 3 points away from Manchester City, but of course, City do have a game in hand on us. But they could easily lose 2 games. They have a very, very tough run of fixtures coming up with starting with us really on Sunday. So time will tell. Time will tell. Of course, Downton Abbey's in saying don't want to jinx us, but things are definitely looking better. They are looking better. To be fair, Downton, so no need to jinx us at all. Dave's in. Hello, Dave. Says get the in Reds. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Absolutely brilliant win I was today. Liz says Genie played his 200th match today. Give Genie what he wants. Yeah. Can't agree more. Liz cannot agree more. Downton Abbey says, honestly, I think Genie just wants to go. He's been running his contract down for a while. Now, I'd love him to stay, though. I don't think personally he's trying to purposely run it down. I just don't think him and Liverpool are rushing over it. I think Liverpool have put out the contract, but I think Genie's just focusing on football at the minute, and he'll just go, okay, let's think about the contract. And don't be surprised if randomly one day there was an announcement saying Genie had signed his contract, because I think that's what's going to happen. It's just going to be a random thing, I think. So, just keep an eye out anyway. But John says, to be fair, Salah's the most disrespected player in the Premier League, 20 goals per season in the last 4 years, especially from our fan base when Mbappe rumours emerged. Yeah, I would agree. So I think to be fair, Mo Salah has been very, very, very disrespected in general. His first season for us, breaking the Premier League record set by I believe it was Cristiano Ronaldo with 31 goals. Of course, Mo broke it with 32 goals. Took us to a Champions League final that year. The next year took us again to a Champions League final, won us the Champions League, of course, scoring in the final, getting so close to the Premier League that year, becoming a Premier League winner, not winning the Golden Boot last season, but, contributing massively towards it anyway. And to be fair, I think, like I said, I think if you still don't rate Mohamed Salah, then you will never rate Mohamed Salah, sadly. And that's the sad thing. But for me, Mo is probably Liverpool's best ever forward in the Premier League era, in my opinion. I think he's that good. Okay, you could argue maybe prime Fernando Torres and Luis Suarez, but for me, Mo's brought so much towards Liverpool. It's ridiculous how good he is. Doug, would you agree with that, or do you think maybe Luis Suarez is just over Mo? Because I know a lot of people still love Luis Suarez for that 13-14 season.
I have to say that, yeah, you're absolutely right. Luis Suarez in that 13-14 season was absolutely amazing. I think it's probably the best individual performance from a player for a season, for sure. But you cannot not like our little Egyptian. He's just... I actually think he is probably, as you say, the best forwards in the Premier League, and probably our best forward ever in the Premier League era. I think it's 90 Premier League goals and 143 appearances. It's just incredible. And he's 10 goals away now from 100 Premier League goals for Liverpool. Absolutely amazing.
He's so good, and I don't want him to leave. I know that we've all spoken about the Mbappe rumours and Haaland rumours, but I don't think we've ever mentioned. I don't think I've ever mentioned, or Doug's ever mentioned. We won one of the front three to leave. We don't. We want them all to stay, and we want the likes of Mbappe and Haaland to be added towards the front three. Anyway, so but yeah, I do think Mo is definitely up there with the best of them anyway. The 1892 Reds podcast, hello. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, lads. Saying great result tonight, lads. Hopefully beat Brighton and then look forward to Man City at the weekend. Yeah, fingers crossed. To be fair, maybe we should have been supporting Spurs tonight, because maybe it might have knocked Burnley's confidence a bit down, but bring them on. Of course, Adam Lallana returning to Liverpool.
Brighton.
What did I say?
Burnley.
Christ, see, that's Burnley stuck in my head. That is Brighton anyway. Also says, I think Gini, to be honest, will probably leave. LFC have a lot of centre mid options, especially with the emergence of Jones coming through. Excellent talent. Not sure if LFC still will want to add to the wage bill. It's ifs and buts, isn't it? But I would love Gini to stay. Of course, COVID is a huge factor with Gini's contract. Can LFC afford giving him, VVD, Salah more money, etc.? Probably, especially with them. Like, expect the 5th and 6th night kit to come out in March and April. That's what I'm just saying. Towards that. Like that kit is disgusting. I genuinely hate it. Drew McIntyre's in saying hi. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, mate. But yeah, like, of course, then, we were speaking about Gini. Anyway, of course, him getting that 3rd goal today, and I thought that 3rd goal was slick as well. Just the passing of it. I know that Doug, if I can quickly get it on screen for you guys. Right now, Doug did actually point me on to something about Thiago's performance. Of course, the curse of Thiago Alcantara is well and truly over. Anyway, if you really want to call it a curse, I don't want to call it a curse because it's not a bloody curse. But yeah, as you can see on screen right now, anyway, this was Thiago's performance against West Ham. Of course, most touches with 119, most passes with 102, most final third entries with 15, most duels won with 8, and most tackles won with 5. A big influence. And the whole of the, like, if you guys are in the UK, or you watch Sky Sports commentary, anyway, that's all they kept on about throughout the game, was how Thiago slows down Liverpool, how Liverpool don't look like the attacking force that they once did, and blah 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 blah. And then we go and score our 2nd and 3rd goal, which was probably one of the best goals I think we've scored this season. Anyway, and Doug, like, if we could be given the option to not listen to freaking Gary Neville and Martin Tyler, would you take it? Because I would.
100%. I was so frustrated by them picking on our little Spanish maestro. I'm gonna call him a Spanish maestro anyway. I know you use that for like pianos, etc. But he was fantastic again today, and I think that's 7 or 8 games now he's played for us, and he hasn't looked out of sorts once. He just, he honestly, he passes a ball like nobody else, and that chance for Origi, if he just goes with his left foot, he scores. Goes with his right and he misses. So but that was a great ball as well. But no, I think Thiago. Yeah, Martin Tyler and Gary Neville do not have a clue what they're talking about. And if it was me, I would have Ali McCoist on co-commentary, because he's much better than blooming Gary Neville, Alan Smith, whatever the other ones, Andy Hinchcliffe. Honestly, Sky annoy me. They annoy me to the bitter end. So I would probably have the Amazon Prime commentary. What was that? John Champion and Ali McCoist. That was a good duo, or Clive Tildesley as well. But yeah, Sky can get in the bin as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Clive is well. Yeah, I was going to say Clive Tildesley, but like the whole Amazon package is a lot better.
Oh, 100%.
The Sky Sports package, which hopefully Amazon buy a huge amount of the Premier League, maybe in the future, but time will tell with that, of course. Yes, Suarez was amazing, but Salah is the best, as see how he sent us to the UEFA Champions League 2 years in a row. Also won us the Premier League, EPL League, I think the Premier League, the Super Cup, World Champions. Also, he is our top scorer in the UCL for Liverpool. Yeah, that is true. He did overtake.
That's a good point, actually. Forgot about that.
Yeah, he did overtake Stevie G as our top goal scorer. Sadio Mane could be overtaking Stevie G as well. I think, to be fair, I think Bobby is 3 goals away, and I think Sadio is 1 goal away. So, it just shows, what the front 3 has done in Europe anyway. But Red's podcast says, yeah, that's true. To be fair, the night kit didn't think of that. But if he goes to Barca, expect his contract to get leaked. Yeah, it will. One if he does leave and go to Barcelona. Red Book, I wonder if Minamino has been able to leave London tonight. If they left him at Palace before, did he join with the squad? Yeah, he's probably done his quarantine now and rejoined the Liverpool squad. Anyway, of course. But Doug, I know that. Of course, it was a fantastic performance tonight. Unfortunately, we did concede late on. Due to a corner. I think Andy Robertson helped it a little bit to go in the path of the West Ham player who scored. That has escaped my mind. Who scored?
Craig Dawson.
It was Craig Dawson. Thank you. But overall, how would you sum up the performance, and who was your man of the match today for Liverpool?
For West Ham?
Not West Ham.
Ooh. First half, I think both sides cancelled each other out, but that second half performance, we were absolutely all over them. I know they attacked us a wee bit in the start of the second half, but after that, we just took massive control. My man of the match is going to be Nat Phillips. I thought he was absolutely outstanding today, and I think he's, as people are saying, I think he's merited his place in the squad. Also, just very, very quickly, I know that we were obviously talking about Barcelona. Apparently, they're £1.2 billion in debt right now, and they're on the verge of bankruptcy.
They are. They very much are. Because Messi's contract got leaked, didn't it? I think yesterday, which he is earning, I believe, 157 million euros a year, like a calendar year, which is
mental,
ridiculous.
Yes.
It is, isn't it? It's ridiculous that the fact that how one person can own a club so much, and like Messi, he always goes on about I'll do whatever I can do to help Barcelona out. I personally think the best decision for Barcelona would be for Messi to leave the club, which sounds mental, but I think that is probably the best case scenario for them long term. Yes, short term it might destroy the club because Messi practically holds that club together on the pitch, but off the pitch, I think that would obviously become better for them anyway. I don't want it to happen because I don't want them signing Gini Wijnaldum. So get Messi signing a new contract. To be fair, but Nat Phillips, I'm gonna go for Mo Salah for me. I thought just the second goal, like the touch and then the finish, was just sublime, and just to have him back to his normal self in the goal-scoring Mo Salah that we love to see. But of course, Nat Phillips, absolutely fantastic. One player I want to give a shout out to as well, Jordan Henderson, playing centre back.
Oh yeah,
he
terrific.
He can play everywhere, can't he? He can legit play He is James Milner 2.0. Can play everywhere. I think Milner made the joke, to Jurgen, I think after the game that if Henderson keeps on playing well at centre back, then he is going to be there for the remainder of his Liverpool career, which I thought was pretty funny. To be fair, anyway. But
Curtis Jones.
Yeah, Curtis Jones.
You have to mention Curtis Jones. I think he changed the game when he came on.
Yeah, I would agree. Anyone else? Genie, we could say. Thiago again. Like, to be fair, the whole team. I think I said this on Twitter. I think, to be fair, Jurgen has changed this team over the last couple of weeks, and he's changed it for the better. Mentality-wise, he's brought it back up. So every single person, has been unbelievable the last two games. Anyway, but Antonio says, "Yo, hopefully having a fantastic day, Antonio." Says Nat Phillips, man of the match. Doug would agree with that. I would agree with it if it wasn't for Mo Salah, of course. Why were we playing Reece ahead of Nat? Don't know. I generally don't know. But To be fair, what Jurgen likes, so who knows? Red Poker says debt of 1.2 billion for Barca and half is Messi's contract. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It is absolutely.
So let me think. Let me do the math. So they're 1.2 billion in debt. That would mean Messi's contract is 650 million for 4 years.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like that is shocking. But John says thoughts on Curtis Jones. Simply sensational.
Changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic player, for sure. Red Poker says that second goal. It doesn't matter what sexual experience you have. The touch and the finish, just unreal. Salah at his best again. Yeah. To be fair, that's the comment of the night. To be fair, and Antonio says Big Shaq. Yeah, Shaqiri. I thought he was good as well tonight. And like I said, I think everyone deserves a round of applause for playing tonight, because I think every single player stepped up to it again, because I think this was a must-win game for us tonight, which I think. Over the last couple of weeks, I think we've said that quite a lot, but it did truly mean tonight was the night that we had to win to keep up with, United and City. But now I think, we've put the pressure firmly on those two at the top, of course, especially if we beat Brighton again. Anyway.
Can I just interject in there? If Manchester United can't beat the top six, they are not title contenders. End of story.
Finally, someone agrees with me. They're not title contenders. Happy days. Red Podcast says, great show, lads. I hope up the Reds. They never walk alone. All the best. To stay safe. Stay safe as well, mate. Everyone, please stay safe as well, of course, as well. But I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. Anyway, we have been going for 41 minutes for tonight as well. Of course, we've been talking about the breaking news of Ben Davies joining Liverpool from Preston, or looking like he's going to join Liverpool from Preston. We'll be talking as well the match reaction, of course, to Liverpool's 3-1 victory over West Ham, which, like we said, a huge win for the Reds, and just hopefully now this momentum can keep up. Anyway, but Doug, thank you for coming on, mate, as always. Where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me on YouTube at the Dugout Football channel. Lots of content coming up this week. Obviously, we've got Brighton, we've got Manchester City. So a lot of content coming up with that. Find me on Twitter at enrod_1992. Instagram at Douglas.Horn and Facebook Douglas James Horn. And tomorrow we've got the podcast tomorrow, and I believe a certain man to my left is making his return to the podcast. So I'm looking forward to that eventually.
Yes, I am going on to Doug's podcast tomorrow. So if you're not already following on Doug's channel, then please do. All the links are in the video description down below. If not, then I'll post it on Twitter when we're on and that. So if you're not following us on Twitter,
but subscribe to Connor first.
I knew you like. To be fair, for God's sake, I hate you so much. I'm leaving it there. Bye, guys. I'm kidding. But no. If you could, please go and subscribe to Doug. If you, like Doug said, please subscribe here first. And turn on notifications, because YouTube hate notifications for some bad reason anyway. But yeah, fingers crossed that Liverpool now can keep on this momentum. Like Doug said, there's going to be some huge content on everyone's channels over the next couple of days, especially with the transfer window closing tomorrow. Of course, we'll be bringing you, especially if Ben Davies does sign for the Reds tomorrow. Anyway, we'll be bringing you that video and a transfer video as well. Maybe we might do a transfer deadline. Maybe we might come on with a suit and a yellow tie. Maybe we might. Who knows? But until next time, guys, that is going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cup Council.